Welcome to Cosmic Compass, the leading locational astrology and astrocartography podcast. And I'm so excited because today we have Karen Jackson on the show. Karen Jackson is a certified locational astrology specialist in my directory of readers, and she uses astrocartography in her business practice. And we're going to be talking about how she got started, her business, and so much. I hope this inspires you and expands you to see what's possible in your own life. Karen, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here.
Oh, what a joy to have you. Tell me, how did you get to where you are right now? How did you find astrology?
Yeah, so I've been working in the spiritual shamanic world for 22 years, so it's all part of it. Obviously working with the energies of the earth and the stars. And I started doing human design probably about 5 years ago after a Dharma coaching course. Because we were speaking earlier, I believe that we're all here to live our Dharma, some of us through our business and some of us through hobbies or just our way of being. And so obviously with human design, there's a lot about the planets. And so it was always there, but I'm addicted to learning. So I was saying, I'm not learning anything else. And then you kept popping up all over the place and you kept speaking. And some of the things you said just captivated me. And one of the things you said was about aspects of you being all around the world to activate your stories, your natal promise. And that got me. So I deep dived into it for months and I did everything 3 times because I like to immerse myself. And I know it's going to take years and years and years to absorb even so much more. So yeah, I'm a shamanic business coach. So I've worked very much with strategy, alignment, building your business your way, not like anybody else. I like to break rules, don't do the shoulds. And so this helps with energetic precision of where. And for me, I've just turned 51 this year. So my kids are growing up. I don't have any pets anymore. So you inspire me. So I'm going to different places to activate parts of myself. So I know you're probably calming down a bit. I'm just like, right, I'm going. Let's go. So it's so inspiring because I have the time, I have the space. I can put it through my expenses as well. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I like to embody it. In human design, I can't help talk about human design. I'm a 1-3 profile, so I learn and then I apply. Like I just love embodying. So I use it in my, I have a package called Beyond with my clients where we work one-to-one. Wow. And we go deep, like soul retrieval and activations and coaching, and then I do readings as well. So I just love it. I need variety. I can't just do one thing. Yeah.
What astrocartography line were you on when you started going deep into this work? Do you remember?
It's really funny actually. I was at home, so where I was born. But when I traveled to Fuerteventura last year, and that's when I started to look at it. And I can remember I got there and I was on my Uranus IC line. I didn't know what that meant, but I was shaken up. It was like my whole world was being shaken up. I went into the shadows. It was like, but I love it. Like with my chart, I'm all here for evolution.
Yes.
And transformation. And so literally I was being shook up, but I couldn't go yet, but it was like in my face.
Wow.
It was in my face. I knew things were going to change.
Yeah, Uranus lines I find really accelerate you on your path. Like they feel a little bit unsettling, but they can also awaken you and step you into your genius, into your revel, your authority in that kind of like revolutionary type way. And I always associate Uranus with astrology, like getting deeper into astrology with Uranus. I actually live on a Sun Uranus parent and a Uranus node parent. And that's where like it's just astrology all the time at this latitude.
Yeah. No, I love them. And it's weird. I've been not intentionally going to certain places, but just looking, it's like either a Uranus or a Pluto Paran. And I've got Uranus and Pluto in my 3rd house. So like literally everything's, it's like I'm chasing the transformation, the evolution. Wow. Like I'm getting the last bits off. I love being in voidy transformational spaces.
Yeah. So how do you combine astrocartography with your work? Because you're doing it a bit unique in a unique way, right? In your business model and your consultation work. How are you bringing in this location piece into your other practices and how you support people?
Yeah, so I do one-off readings,
Mhm.
but they are very much. I have very strict boundaries around this. It isn't where you want to go in the world. It isn't like that. I've tried that, and for me, everything has to light me up.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't light me up, I'm not going to do it. So it's very precise. So I do a consultation with people, paid, and then we get into precision, and so we get it down right. What do you want, this or that, and a few things about Dharma, business, creativity, and then the way I do it is very different. I've had to find my own way because nothing else, it just didn't feel right. So what happens is I sit and I meditate and I go into the natal chart for a while and I sit with it and I feedback on Telegram or WhatsApp as a bonus what I find, and then I go into the, as you've taught me beautifully, to look at the conditions of the planets and all the
Yeah.
things going off. But I really like to sit with my psychic channel and get a sense at soul level of that person. And
Mhm.
so I give them like a bonus reading of what I'm getting through. I do a little channeled reading and then we get into the precision. And I like to have a conversation as a generator type. So we have probably over a day or so going backwards and forwards, me feeding them things and asking questions, and it really suits me.
I
It
love
lights up a lot
that.
more than a Zoom call,
Yes.
and so that's the way I work.
Yes, I love that. And I always say in my certification program, make this your
Yes.
practice. And, I've had so many students ask me, Helena, can you pop in a one on one example call with your clients in the certification program? And I say no,
Mm.
because I don't want you to copy me. I don't want you to do readings exactly like me. I want you to learn all the information from the examples, the studies, everything, and then apply it to your practice. Make it yours. Make
Yeah.
it unique, because that's what's going to sell. That's what's going to make an impact on your client, is when you authentically connect with your genius and do what lights you up, because your clients know when you love what you do, when you're excited by what you do. And if something doesn't feel like that's not my way of doing things, or that's not my way of connecting with clients, I want to do it in this way, they can feel that. And then, as astrologers, we are building long-term relationships with people. We're building relationships with clients for years. My mom had the same astrologer for years. My cousin growing up, she went and saw the same astrologer for years. That's such a huge part of our business practice. And so knowing what you love, what excites you, and making it your practice is how you're going to stand out from the crowd and deliver just excellent quality work,
Yeah.
And I love that you're doing that, because I wish more people who are just getting started in astrocartography had the courage to do that, and, and make it their own and not feel like they need to copy or do it the same way as other astrologers. So I love that. What advice would you give to new astrologers or new astrocartographers who are, or even just people on their spiritual journey who are getting started with this work? How would you tell them to kind of look at locational astrology, or what advice would you give people who are kind of beginning their journey with this and kind of first dipping their toes into this field?
Yeah. So because I really coach multi-passionate women, so if you're zoning in and astrocartography is your only thing, I would really invite you to see what aspect lights you up. Is it love? Are you all about the love and connection? Is it money? Is it abundance? Is it like me, Dharma? What is it that lights you up?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel we all do best when we zone in with what we love and what we have passion helping people for. I know there are some general, and it might be like just everything, like give me everything, like if that's it, if that's the thing, that's your thing. If you're multi-passionate, really think about how you're going to weave it all together. How does this fit? Because I believe there's a golden thread underneath everything that we do. So how does this weave in? So for me, it's energetic precision. It's the energetic part of and strategic part. What is it? So really sit with yourself and experiment. Like I found the way that I like to read. It might change. Never, like you say, never copy. Just literally give yourself permission to do it your way. And I think that's how you'll get success, because people feel it. If you're trying to, like, I just don't ever want to read for love. It just doesn't interest me at all. So I'm never going to put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm here for a certain reason, so I'm going deep into that. So
Mm-hmm.
find your thing, find your vibe,
Oh.
and unapologetically speak that, and don't be afraid to say no. I'm not reading for that.
Mm-hmm.
Your client recently who didn't even know what she wanted to do. Could I read for her? And I said, no, no. And I gave I gave the deposit straight back. No,
Yeah.
no, I can't. No, not I can't. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't, yes. Oh, I love that. That is boundaries
Yeah,
and knowing what you came to this planet to do.
yeah.
And doing what lights you up. I love that. And people respect you for that. You know, they have greater respect for people who can say no and yeah, uphold their business practices. What is your so with like the shamanic work too, do you help people connect with places through remote activation?
Yeah, it's coming. So I'm sitting with that and I'm getting lots of things through, but I do it with myself all the time. So example, I've got my Greek jewelry on. And when I went to Greece last year and I wasn't doing astrocartography at the time, I was thinking about it. I think I'd signed up, but I just couldn't put my headspace to it. Triple my income. I did less work. I was traveling for about 4, 5 weeks. And I did daily posts. I just started doing my mastermind. It was pre-selling for the September. This was June, and yeah, I tripled my income. Just every time I posted, me and my son and my husband were around the pool going, "Yay! Sale, 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 sale!"
And
It was
this was when you were in this was the
this was Greece.
place.
So this was Jupiter Neptune. They were crossing just south of Greece. So I was very close to both. And then I looked, and it was before I knew about whole sign. So it was a plaster straight through. Whole sign is a little bit off. So,
Yeah.
and obviously I use whole sign now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I want to feel like abundant or like that energy, I'll put my Greek earrings on.
Yes. Using those places in the world to bring the energy. I do this. So, talking about remote activation, for any of you who are new to the word remote activation astrocartography, it is essentially utilizing the energies that you have in different parts of the world and bringing it to you, whether it's through an object, music, food, a smell. Like for me, I put on perfume before I sit down to do podcast, before I film, and it brings me back to that place in the world where I have just so much magnetism and confidence and joy and all of that. And it instantly brings me back to that spot in the world. Like this perfume's from Venice, Italy. And it's my Venus Mars parent. And it's just, you could do this with perfume. You could do this with food, music, jewelry, art. I have paintings all over my house. This is a little, I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if you could. This was in Norway, like right on. It was a beautiful Venus parent on my Venus line. And that painting connects me back with Norway. Or you could do this with orchids, flowers, herbs for medicine, coffee. I have one reader on the directory. She puts her VPN to parts of the world where she's got her strong line. You could use it in so many ways. So, okay, so tell me, so you have your jewelry from there to
Yeah.
help you connect with that.
Yeah, and so I do shamanic journeys. So I'll go and journey to a space, and planets and certain locations are starting to call me. So I'm just at the beginning of developing something. I don't know what it is. I won't chase it. It will come when it's the right time. But yeah, if I want to access something, like I'll go to a space and I'll connect in with that energy. Because a lot of my positive lines are in South America, North America. Obviously, I don't want to travel anywhere
Yeah.
moment like that. So yeah, I'll just I've just been watching a lot of places about Montana. Actually, I'm very drawn to the original people. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of that and just feeling the scenery and the energy. And I think Jupiter goes right through there. So yeah, just connecting. But I know that I will be journeying more in my space.
And you mentioned before our call, you mentioned you're at the beginning of this journey. Very exciting for you. Yeah, I will put on like ASMR my TV, like YouTube. I'll YouTube search a part of the world and I'll put like ASMR Australia and I'll just put it on the background or a walking tour just to help me connect with the energy there. So yeah, it's a cool way to tap in. Tell me a little bit about your astrocartography stories. Like, do you have any places in the world that have activated themes for you or stories or energies or even people? Like, where have your important people in your life come from? What are your locational astrology stories?
Yeah, so very much a home bird in terms of family. Like my husband, we went to school together. We didn't stay together from school, but yeah, it's so that's very much. But one story actually, I haven't written this down, but this was really funny actually. Me and my friends went on a hen party to Malaga. Now my sun line's directly through Malaga, and it was a few years ago, and I have had breast cancer twice. I just had some surgery, and I just had a baby about 4 months before, and all of us were at this beach club, and we were all like in our 30s, feeling a bit self-conscious, like, because it's all younger people. And I don't know what, well, I do know what came over it. It's my sun line. So all of a sudden I was like, this is ridiculous. Chucked my things off, walked into the pool, and we just didn't look back. We just parted and had the best time. And I just said, I haven't come here to stand by the bar. And now I know it was the sun line, it was the sun energy. Wow. And I'm quite a pear-shaped person. This is it. Tell me if I'm going off a bit too much.
No.
This is so much fun. So I had a dress on, and I had women coming up to me. It's when Kim Kardashian's bottom was in favor, saying to me, "Oh my God, I want a bottom like yours. Where did you get it from?" I was like, "It's mine."
Yes.
I was just really, even though before I left, my self-confidence was zero. You know, I was feeling really like out of sorts. The moment I got there, just everything changed, and we had that's a really dramatic one. And yeah, then when I look back, I was like, oh, directly there.
What angle was the sun on? This would be the sun MC. So
There
being seen, not afraid to be seen and shine. Publicity, being in the public. I love that.
Yeah, I keep thinking I need to go back there.
I mean, you've got the sun MC line going through the UK. So you're getting that full story there, which I love, for putting yourself out there and just feeling like you have a mission, a purpose, you have something to bring to the world, feeling like you have something to be of service, you know? And with Taurus, I always think of Taurus as like slow living, or connecting with the moment, slowing down to really connect with the present moment, can be bringing tangible, practical help to people as well. I love that. And you were telling me before the call something about like the Mars story with like a Mars MC line or something.
Yeah. So me and Helen have got the same business coach, the beautiful Rachel Alice, and so I've just reconnected with Rachel again. And I looked at her location for my astrocartography for remote activation, because working with Rachel will be activating that. And she's on my Mars culminating line and my Pluto rising. Literally, Dubai is on my Mars line and 32 miles from Pluto rising. So really strong energies. So yeah, I noticed that. And then I went with the same group of girls I went away with, actually. We went to Palma a few weeks ago, and the moment I landed, I got a message from Helena saying, "Do you want to come on the podcast?" And so yeah, but so I've just got my notes because my brain doesn't retain this information. So I was literally on my sun line and on my Mars rising, Jupiter AC Paran.
And so, this was Parma, Italy?
Spain again.
Oh, Parma, Spain.
Majorca, yeah.
Oh, Majorca.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's the Jupiter Mars going right through there.
Yeah. So all about expansion. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Fascinating. I want to add the aspects too. You get a Chiron sextile, trines, lots of nice things going through Majorca. Oh, I love that. The minute you land, that's so fun.
Yeah, I love it. And then one of my favorite astrocartographer actually was when there was no influence. So I went to Costa Rica to meet up with my daughter, who'd been traveling December, and there was no influence. So nothing was really getting me there. And I've got you probably see from my chart, I've got a very active mind. Like, I'm always on the go. If I go on holiday, normally for pleasure, I'll normally read like 10 books. I read nothing. I sat with nature, watching the hummingbirds, went to 3 different locations, and I was the earth. I have never switched off that much. It was magical. And I came back and I cannot explain all my clients were like, you've changed. I literally was. I don't think I've ever felt so in my body, so powerful, but nothing had changed. It's like I reconnected. And that was amazing because I came back, I thought, oh, let me have a look. Something must be going off. Nothing. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Without all these astrological energies and archetypes going, come and play and do this and do that, I could just literally be.
Yeah.
And that was magical.
And you needed that, I really believe that the universe, God, something brings you to places during that specific time because you need it.
Yeah.
And it unfolds beautifully. It works out. I've noticed like every time that I have like trips that don't work out, or like for some reason the flight gets canceled, or like something happens that prevents me from going, I find that the universe either doesn't want me to go there at that time for a reason, or it's meant to come up in another time in life, and yeah, I really believe the idea that like we're existing simultaneously everywhere at once. So everywhere on the planet we have stories, and we are energetically there too, because I don't believe in this physical human vessel that we are just here. I believe, that time is not linear, that energy isn't linear or static. It's moving all the time. It's everywhere. And I mean, this I've just experienced in my own psychic connections with people. Like I think of someone that I haven't thought of in 5 years, and then the next day they text me, right? Or, things like that. Or like I remember one time I had a dream about someone that I hadn't seen in like 3 years, and literally the next morning I saw them on the street in New York City, which is massive and there's so many people. And like I never would run into people like that. And it's just, there's something about our energy knowing or connecting and being in different parts.
Yeah.
And I don't know, have you listened to the Telepathy Tapes podcast?
No, I haven't.
I just got really into it this year. But like the idea of telepathy and psychic abilities and energy. And I just think this is such a huge topic of conversation that's going to get bigger over the next 7 to 8 years with Uranus and Gemini, but even more so this year with the North Node in Pisces too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, we're existing everywhere and we have stories everywhere, and it's, do we want to connect with them, or is there an opportunity that brings us there for that? So what are some places, because you mentioned that you're going to be traveling soon, or you're beginning a journey, you're at the very beginning of like starting a new journey to explore different parts of the world. What is kind of guiding your decisions? Is it your intuition first, and then you're bringing the map after that? That's how I do it, but I'd love to hear your perspective.
Yeah, no, that's how I do it. I just get drawn to, I'm really drawn to Egypt, really drawn to go to some of the more feminine temples. But I mean, I don't know if it's age. Actually, we're really interested to hear what you say. For me, it's like I'm more after the Paran energy.
Yes.
That's all I can explain it. Like I went to a sunline in Spain at the beginning of the year thinking, oh, sunline, amazing. Well, it wasn't. I went into a voidy space. I was sun setting, Pluto rising, Mars setting, Mercury C. So literally I went in to my leadership with the sun and Mercury in my 10th. I was like, who am I to lead? Why aren't I leading? And it was at my yeah, and I loved it because I love this. So for me at this age, it's about this energetic refinement, like really going deep. So for me, it feels very much like, yeah, do I want to go to the place? And then what's the astrocartography? Because like I said, my Jupiter, there's loads of things in North and South America, but I know my husband would be a bit mad if I kept going off there at the moment. I've got to kind of limit it a bit, but yeah. I really want to go to my sun moon Paran. For some reason I'm being drawn there.
Wow. Sun moon, I find a lot of my clients, they experience like a fresh start energy, or like a new reset in their lives, like something new begins. I always think of like either full moon, new moon energy with this, it's like a cycle's beginning or ending, but usually I find with clients it's beginning something new. But it brings a lot of ideas around like leadership, selfhood, how do you want to express yourself, how do you want to be in community. And yeah, like the sun line, I mean, a lot of people think like, oh, if I want fame or I want to be recognized, I should go to a sun line. Well, the sun line is just illuminating something in your life big time. So like when I go to Dubai, like I went to Dubai recently to see Rachel, our coach, and we were having an amazing time, but I had a lot of health stuff come up. And the sun is on my ascendant, my body in Dubai. And also the south node, which is drain, tiredness, or decrease, is on my body, the ascendant in Dubai. And I also had transits activating all that. So it was like there was a lot of themes around health. I went to a doctor. I spent all this time trying to get answers about my health stuff coming up. So it was like, you think that sun is fame, but it's also just shedding a light on something. Like
Yeah.
even going recently to Australia, I had opportunities come in, publicity opportunities immediately when I landed, but also it was a lot of reflection on how do I want to be seen?
Yeah.
What reputation do I want? What kind of public image do I want? It was a lot of questioning and thinking about that. And it wasn't so much me wanting to put myself out there, but more me thinking about those topics.
Yeah, that was very much my experience, going totally inwards. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, go. But yeah, very different to what I'd expected. So yeah, the energy of the plans. Yeah.
Fascinating. Oh, those parents make a huge difference. Huge. Have you ever taken a train or a plane or a boat or a car ride, even just a road trip, and noticed the energy shift just based on parents?
Yeah, massively.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how do you use it? Do you use SolarFire, AstroGold? Do you use it on your phone? How do you use?
I mainly use, I've got a Mac, so AstroGold. I have got SolarFire. I brought another computer to put that on. So I need to.
Cool. Oh, wow. Great.
So yeah, I'm all in. If I'm
You're all in.
Yeah. So, but no, I love AstroGold.
Yeah. I know, and it's so fun that we're doing this interview today because the new moon in Leo and you're Leo rising. Isn't that fun? I love when that happens.
No, it's perfect timing. Yeah, and transit Mercury's in my first house.
Wow. What have you noticed? Like when you've done client readings, and so you've started your client practice using astrocartography through the directory, right?
Yes.
What have you noticed just in your practice doing readings, astrocartography readings? What is something that you've noticed that a lot of clients have questions on, or like they come to you for? What have you noticed is like a big overarching theme that tends to come up for people lately?
Yeah, so a lot of my clients are either creative. So I had the most amazing international artist. Oh my goodness, her stuff was beautiful. Or I'm getting people probably my age and older, which I love because they're not done.
Yes.
It's like, what now? Where am I going? What am I going to do? So they really want to activate that next part of their spiritual soul purpose. So they're not done. So it's a question of where that's going to be activated, because they don't want to be stagnant at all. So that really, it is what I say on my page. It's for soul purpose or next level activation of your business.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I love that time too. I think the 50s are the best because you're post Uranus opposition, which is in your mid 40s, when you're literally going through an identity crisis and everything's kind of crashing around you. And you're like, what do I do with my life? I need to completely rehaul everything. And it's very chaotic and stressful. So you're post that, the Uranus opposition, but you're also pre-Saturn return again.
Yeah.
So 50s and also you just don't give an F anymore. You don't care what anyone thinks. You're just like done,
Literally, yeah, done.
Even just like I've noticed 30s to 20s, like what a huge shift going into my 30s was, like massive shift. You just realize, as you get older, that time is so important and your days really matter. Every day matters. And I think when you realize that life is so precious, so fragile, and so important and valuable, the little things like what people think about you or just like doing things that don't light you up 100%, like cutting that stuff out is so important. I feel like with the Mars South Node conjunction we had recently, that was a huge. Did you experience that at all? Like this sense of like renewal, boundaries, starting something new, letting go of things in your life to bring this new energy. I mean, being a Leo rising.
Yeah, my boundaries have been upped.
Yeah.
My boundaries are pretty good anyway. I say that. I say good if people respect me. I'm really good at saying what I want, but obviously people project onto you. So yeah, they've upped massively. Like my mental capacity, even what I'm going to think about, I'm very clear on now. I don't want to do something, no. But yeah, I have noticed, even in the house, like with my family, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
No, more assertive, more like absolutely not. So yeah, I've noticed that shift recently.
Yeah,
With
big time. And just being a business owner, having your own business, helping people in the spiritual field, a lot of people turn to astrologers, psychics, shamans, etc., to help solve all their problems
yes,
and to fix their world. Um, but as humans, we can't fix all their problems. We can give them guidance, we can give them tools, we can give them insights and clarity, but they've got to change their life. They've got to take the action steps. And I think one of the problems I've noticed in my own business, and I don't really experience this anymore, and I think it's because energetically I've set my own boundaries with clients that now my clients don't put this on me like maybe they did when I was first starting in my first year of business. Um, but they tend to put that on astrologers. And I feel like as when you're first getting started, and you're in your first year of business, or this is the second year?
first year of astrocartography.
Yeah.
I've been doing my own thing for like over 22 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But with the astrocartography component, have you found that because you had all those years of building your business before, that it felt like just adding astrocartography as an additional tool was more easy than having to like start a business completely from scratch?
absolutely. Because I've already got my boundaries. I know that
Yes.
I don't want to be over responsible. I know that I'm not going to fix everything for anybody. Neither do I want to even try because it's not my job. So
Yeah.
yeah, I could come in with that really high level of like, this is what I'm for and this is what I'm not for.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot better, a lot easier. I've learned as I've gone on.
I love your energy and how you do that. This might be a little bit of a sensitive question for some of you listeners that are astrologers wanting to get into astrology, and you're like, I don't want to, charge for my gifts. I don't want to, I want to do $20 workshops, which a lot of astrologers do $20 workshops, or they do $100 readings, even though it takes, a lot of time, energy, research to prep for a reading to begin with, and then you have the reading itself. Energetically, you give a lot of astrologers don't want to charge what their talents, their gifts, their energy, their expertise, and their years of knowledge and study, their investments, they don't charge what they're worth or what they know that they should be compensated for. And this is a very hot topic, especially amongst astrologers, because, and in the spiritual world, people in the spiritual and astrology space don't feel like they should be paid well for what they do. What is your thoughts on that? And how do you energetically find a price that really fits for you? And how do you like own that? Because this is something I've been noticing with a lot of astrologers lately, that they're struggling finding a pricing and then sticking to it.
Yeah, so I went straight in with my astrocartography readings 333 from the outset. I think I did two half price 333. The reason why I'm very skilled, I've been trained by the best, you. I don't just do that. I do human design. I do psychic reading. They get my way of being, my wisdom of 51 years on this planet, and so I read at soul level. Not, I've dedicated my life to my art mastery of these crafts, hours and hours of work to be able to help people with this level of precision. If I don't charge for this, I can't do it. It's simple as that. We don't live in the old days. I kind of wish we did, when we had the village and we, the shamans or the psychics were fed and clothed and looked after. We don't have that. I cannot fill from an empty cup. I've really had to work on my own issues of over responsibility.
Yeah.
And I've been working on it for years. And I am here, especially with my astrology, really going into my astrologies, help me receive more. I'm here to receive, but I should be abundant. I am abundant, but I should even more abundance I'm working towards. So if I don't receive, I'm not unlocking that natal promise that's there.
Yeah.
Literally that. So it isn't just those hours, it's everything you put into it. It's your devotion, your heart. I'm not employed. We don't get sick pay. We don't get holiday pay. Everything's on me.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO.
Yes.
Marketing,
Everything's
admin.
everything's on you, and you
Yeah.
call the shots, and that's all that time investment, practice, building what you've built. Yeah, you get to set the price. Do you do any muscle testing when you're figuring out your prices? Like when I'm sitting on prices, I'll have like three options. So it'll be like a 9-7, a 3-3, and a line number, or I'll move it up 100, and I'll just like let my body tell me yes or no. Do you do anything like that, or is it more just a knowing?
It's my breath.
Yeah,
So if I'm like as a generator, I'll push it. So like 333, I know over time that's going to go up very soon because
yeah,
it's not just I don't just do astrocartography. I do all the other things, like they get access to my human design portal as well. Like I do so many things in there. So yeah, it's when I feel that little bit of a stretch, but I can still breathe.
yeah,
That's what I go for.
yeah. I know. I've been because I my readings, I don't do as many readings anymore. They're given to you and on the team and the directory of the aligned astrocartographers. Um, and so I've been needing to I've been actually, I think you actually maybe told Rachel this, or Rachel told me, I can't remember, but creating a package for people in business, like 10th house focus, to help people in a one-to-one long-term like coaching way, because I'm trying to figure out like how can I get out of the single sessions readings and really help support people on a long-term basis. There's so many ways you can do this. Isn't that the magic of being your own business owner? You could do Telegram, you could sell support, you could do audio support, you could do live calls, or you could just do pre-recorded, you could do long-term membership, you could do one-offs. There's so many ways you could do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the main things I've realized is that if your prices for me are to do with your self-trust and trust of your mastery. That for me, if I trust myself, I'm like, no, I've got this.
Yeah.
And that's when I can really stand behind my prices.
How do you build greater self-trust? Is it through like a practice like journaling? For me, it's a lot of intuition work, like breath work and getting answers through my journal. That's been like the way that I've built greater self-trust. But what
Mm.
are some tools or things that you've over time, or is it just experience?
That's a really good question. So, yeah, I've done lots and lots of journaling and things. For me, it's my daily shamanic practice and it's having myself, it's having my own back. So, I always think, where am I not trusting myself and where am I not leading myself? So, it's been like not going to the gym. So, I've got a trainer to help me move into that accountability phase. And so, that's where I'm building the trust. What areas of my life am I abandoning myself a little bit? And so for me, it's my self-trust. So I'm always analysing and looking, and because I want to evolve as much as I can. I want to live as deeply as I can. So where am I not? Where am I dipping back a bit? And that's how I build my self-trust. It's me. I don't have any problem with trust with what I studied because of that line one in human design. I just can't help but go so deep. So I
Yes.
don't have a problem with that. I trust myself with that, but really, it's how I got myself. That's how I trust it. It was actually funny. A few years ago, I made my higher package, my Beyond package, where I do everything in one: coaching, human design. Didn't have astrocartography, and I hadn't even launched it, but I was working on trust. And then people in the background going, "What have you got? What have you got?" And so I gave the package, never sold anything at 2222 before, back in the day. And they just said, "We want to work with you because we trust you." And I hadn't even announced, the only thing I've been doing was that next level of self-trust with myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm all about action, alignment, but your energetics, they're just, people feel them.
Yeah.
You can't miss them out, and that's why I work in this holistic way. Like, you just need it all.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. And astrology is such a holistic art. I think of it as an art form. We're
Yeah.
interpreters of language, of art. It's such a spiritual, sacred practice. And if you don't have your own back, who will? As the leader of your business, the captain of your ship, the owner of your life, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't like yourself, who will? And I think when you anchor back all that energy into yourself, that authority, when you say, I've got you, I love
Mhm.
you, I've got your back, there is almost like this solid ground, this anchored place that holds you.
Yeah.
And then and all the little cherry on top is other people see that too. And then they find you, they want to work with you, and they want you to connect and help them. And how have you found your clients? Have they, through astrocartography, are there different ways, mediums that people have found you?
everyone through your directory, which I'm so grateful for, because in June I was locked out of my Instagram account. So I was without it for like 6 weeks. But I had, I think since I've been on the directory, 2 to 3 really aligned soul clients from the directory. So I'm so blessed. I was so grateful for that.
Amazing. Wow. And have they because one of the things I've noticed is that sometimes clients will tell a friend or they'll just come back again. Have you been able to like follow up with these clients, or have they come back to you or like told their friends about you? Has that helped the word of mouth spread just from those few clients?
Yeah, well, they tend to come to me for other things then once I've experienced my energy. So
Wow.
yeah, some have been then gone on for human design readings, and some have come into my Luminous, my mastermind, where I help people build an aligned business. So yeah,
Wow.
they tend to just keep coming. I don't think I've had any more wider referrals from them, but they just keep coming, which
Amazing. And has it been 2 to 3 readings total from the whole time you've been on the directory?
a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
Um,
amazing.
It is. So, like I say, I'm really grateful. And I always say, how did you find me? Well, I had some of my existing clients book readings because they're
Yes,
like, yeah, whatever you do, like we want to
of
do.
course.
I'm like that with you. I'm like, yeah, whatever you're doing, Helena, I'll like do it.
Yeah.
I'll do the training. But sorry, I put myself off them. What to say? Yeah. So I asked, where did you find me? And they all said the directory. They all explained how they scroll up and down trying to find someone, and just said we were drawn to you. Everybody has said I was drawn to you.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes my heart so happy. You know, that the directory has worked so well for you and helped you find your people and also provided income. One of the things I think a lot of people are afraid to invest in a higher priced course or certification because they're like worried about, okay, how am I going to make the money back? Or, am I going to make the money back? Or am I just like throwing money at this and I won't get some sort of return on investment? For me, with the certification, the return on investment ROI has been at the forefront of my mind when I created this program. So
Yeah.
always thinking about solutions to help people get that return on investment as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why the directory came about. And now we have the Relocation Astrologer Rolodex, which
Yeah.
is a new free way. So anyone who's certified and passes the certification of the certification 2.0, they automatically, if they'd like to be part of it, for free, can join the Rolodex. And all of the clients that want to work with me, I'll send them a link to the Rolodex, or it's also on my website. It'll be available once we get through this next cohort, the 2.0, the second round of the certification students. It'll include your Instagram handle, your website, your specialty, so you can stand out a little bit more, a little bit of a bio. So a free way to be seen by others. And my mission is to get astrocartography, locational astrology, all the things, geodetics, we're talking about parents, we're talking about relocation charts, we're talking about local spice, like all the elements of locational astrology. I'm trying to get into the zeitgeist of the world to get more people to know about it.
Yeah.
And I can't help serve everyone anymore. And now that is not, it's never going to end my readings, but it's slowing down so I can really focus on just a few people at a time. And now I can teach this to more people, write books. Like that's really what I want to do next. And so that's where the directory idea came from, was how can I get this to more people and help more people without me feeling so stretched
Mm.
every day, not having time to help everyone.
Yeah. And I'm also so grateful because it's all your hard work that you've done over the years that we stand
Yeah.
on, isn't it? That's
Yes.
see, like
10 years of
yeah,
blogging, 10 years of putting myself on social media every day. And it's,
yeah,
yeah. And yeah, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that you have all these other modalities and tools that you use in your business that your clients will then come back to you after
yeah,
doing an astrocartography reading. They'll do, shamanic work with you and all these other tools. I have one of the readers on the directory, Shannon Eileen. She's my Reiki person. So she
yeah.
does Reiki for me. And she's on the directory, and she just randomly, like I said, hey, if you guys have any suggestions, my body's feeling off energetically. She messaged me. She saw my Instagram story, messaged me, and like I'm literally seeing her again next week or this week. And she's on the reader directory, and it's like she's an astrocartographer. She helps people that way, but she also her clients come back to her for Reiki too. I just love that. I think having multiple things that create multiple, like, it's almost like when it comes to money and abundance, creating multiple pathways that money can come in, multiple streams or different avenues. It's almost like you're opening the channels so that money can come to you in surprising and different ways.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be doing this like a few years ago. I never knew I'd be doing any of it. Like, I've just
Wow.
always followed my joy, always. Like,
Yeah.
that's my business plan.
Yes.
Follow my joy.
Follow your joy, follow
Yeah,
your excitements, follow what lights you up.
yeah.
I love it. And I love that you've made it your own business, and you stand in it, and you have your boundaries, your pricing, and you own it. You're such an expander, I'm sure, for so many new astrologers and business owners, spiritual business owners who are ready to take up space. So thank you for your service, for like showing up and being of service to this world.
Thank you. Well, you've made it easier with this as
Aww.
it's been amazing.
Who do you think the certification is for? Because the certification is now open, as, I mean, not as we're recording this, but it will be when this episode airs. Who do you think is a great pick or fit for the certification? Who do you think this would be a fit for?
Oh, so many people, because my brain just sees so many ways you could weave it into anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think anyone who works with people, who works with heart, with soul, who wants to help people transform, hold them, see themselves, because you've got the astrology as well. You know, it's not just the astrocartography, you've got the, you know, astrological aspect as well. So it's multi-layered in itself. So yeah, anyone who works with people with heart and soul, I think, especially coaches, human design readers for sure. I think it's a perfect addition. Yeah, even like I used to teach yoga, well, I still teach yoga teachers, like anybody, I think, who is a coach or service provider.
Yeah.
I think it would work so well.
Were you a beginner to astrology when you signed up for the certification?
I'd say ish. So I'd say in between beginner and intermediate. I was very aware of it, and I'm very intuitive. Like when I look at the chart, I can feel and see it. Same with human design. So not beginner, but I certainly hadn't gone into my own chart. And I must say, going into my own chart, you know, this self-trust we were talking about has helped me see myself even more deeply and hold myself with more compassion. Like I've got a stellium in my 12th house. You know, I've got Jupiter in my 8th house. Like there's some tricky things there. And so it's really helped me see myself even more. And I'm going to bring that into my client spaces more, the astrology now.
Wow. So was it overwhelming, or did you find like you really got a lot of like juice and like fullness from the certification? Or did you find that as a beginner intermediate astrologer, did you feel like it was a good level for you?
It's a lot, but in a good way. I love learning. Like you don't hold back, do you?
No.
So you've got everything there. It's amazing, but I loved it. I think I loved the level of it.
Yeah.
But I just submerged myself in it. So I think if anyone's going to, or when anyone's going to do it, give yourself the time, like devote to it. You're mastering a craft here. Like you've got to be with it. You can't just come in and just play like you're in.
No. And I will say I've been surprised at how many people, I think some people join the certification and they think they're just exploring it for the first time. But then they realize like, oh no, I've got to commit to this. This is a craft. This is a tool, you know?
It's a big responsibility as well.
Yes, to other people, telling them where to go. What's your favorite thing about the certification program itself? Like, was it the live calls? Was it the guest trainings with the live calls? Was it the pre-recorded modules, the test assessment? Did you like doing the practice readings so that you could do all the things you've learned and then put it into practice with readings? What was your favorite part of the whole process?
I think it's the pre-recorded videos. You're just infectious. And I love learning. So I have all my notes, and I've got 3 notebooks because I have to write everything down 3 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a pre-recorded calls. And then I loved putting it into practice. I can remember getting the Astro Gold software and be like, oh, and then putting it into practice. But yeah, I think it's the pre-recorded aspects. I couldn't tend to make a lot of the live ones. It's the first time I've met you, online. So I love the recordings. You just teach it so beautifully, and you're just infectious. If anyone's passionate, I'm like, I just soak it in even more.
Thank you. I give a lot because I want people to feel like they really mastered something, and every question they had, they got it. You know, I love that. I'm such a I just want to go deep, and for me, giving a lot of value for what you pay is so important to me as a business owner, because
Yeah.
I know the investment that it takes to invest in a certification or course, a higher ticket offer. I've invested tens and thousands of dollars in courses, over $100,000 in coaching, one-on-one mentorship. Like, I've invested when I didn't have that type of money or income. I remember when I first started my first business, photography, I literally got a credit card on Amazon and I bought a Canon camera, and I could have bought like a Canon Rebel, which is kind of like the cheaper, like $400 version of a camera. But I was like, no, I want to go all in and commit myself to being the best photographer that I can be. I'm going to buy a $2,500, it was $2,500 camera on a credit card. I'm not saying I'm not saying get the certification on a credit card. Do not do that. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying I have always been someone that, like, when I decide this is what I'm available for, this is what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm committing to myself. I literally went and got it. I started a business that week. I was like, we're going all in. I literally put up a website like 2 days later. I was like, we're going full force. And I think there's something really magnetic and powerful about that.
Yeah.
About like deciding, the power of decision, of commitment.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, no matter what problems come in my way, I am committed to finishing. And I love that,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm very much like that as well. All in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get all the stuff. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, where can people find you? How can people work with your amazing joy, your spirit, your soul, your light, the light that you are? How can people work with you and get your services?
I'm on Instagram. I_am_Karen Jackson. I have a podcast called Come Sit Around the Fire, which is just whatever I'm riffing on. It's just what comes out. There's a lot of shamanism, human design.
Oh my gosh, let me follow. What is it called?
Come Sit Around the Fire.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, keep going. I'm subscribing now.
I just talk. It's just like, it's only little like short 15-minute conversational bits. And then my website is iamkarenjackson.co.uk. And if anyone gets confused, you can have a chat with me, because I've got like so much stuff that I do.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to include all the links down below in the show notes and the description of the video so people can find you. And I'm just so excited for your business, your unfolding of this new journey you're stepping into, and all of the people that you're going to help, and the light that you're going to pour into this world. It's just begun.
I always forget to speak about this, but I still really love it. It's called Overwhelmed. In other words, you give your power away too. Because I think the power of words is amazing. And I got so mad at seeing everyone say, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. I was like, no, you're not. What are you? What is the emotion, the flavor? So yeah, that's on Amazon. But I always forget to speak about it, because I don't know what there is. There's some sort of like restriction there, because I didn't feel like an author. So I need to work on that. And even my like, you need to speak about it, and he'll always speak about it when we're out and about. But yeah, I have got a self-published book as well.
Amazing. And it's a printed book?
Yes.
Wow. I just found it on Amazon. Overwhelmed. In other words, you give your power away to. Incredible. Yeah. What a beautiful, powerful cover too. I'm excited to read this. I'm going to read this myself, because actually the power of words, huge. The amount of people who compare themselves, their businesses, astrologers that compare how many readings they're getting versus other people are getting, how much money they're making versus other astrologers, comparison, the words they use, it really attracts more of that. It does. And I've been actually trying to get better at my own words and not saying the things that I don't want to bring into my life. So I'm going to get this book. Thank you so much for recommending it. I'll include it down below in the show notes. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having
me. Thanks for coming on, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find all of Karen's links, her book, her services, her Instagram, her podcast. So excited for you guys to connect with her. Down below in the description, all the links are there. Have a magical day and happy astro travels.